Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 Overexplained. Last time we made it here into the Blighted Village, aka Bog Rot, and we found that this well leads down to a strange underground cave. So before we go and explore that, we're going to take ourselves a long rest, then we will be fighting fit and ready to go exploring in the system beneath the earth here. So we will head back to camp. That noise is Shadowheart turning back into her standard form. She would like to have a word with us while we're here.
Finally, some good fortune. Come morning, we know what to do. The sooner we find this priestess gut, the better. Can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head.
How are you feeling?
The same. These parasites are proving suspiciously benign. But suppose I turn. What would you do?
Ah, just a dagger in the face, I think.
A firm answer. I'd do the same. We'll need that kind of thinking to make it through all this. You're doing well. It's a beautiful night. I think I'll stay up to enjoy it while I still can. Rest well.
So with that, we can pick a bedroll. Consume a pack's worth of stuff. If you ever don't have a full pack's worth of stuff, creepy whispers, you can get some of your health and some of your spell slots back, just not the whole lot. So you're not totally blocked out from further adventures until you can go and find more supplies. So, goblins are shouting. Are there any spells we would like to change for Shadowheart following our long rest? I don't think so. I think we'll be alright. So, let us all hop back down the well. And so, recently we looked at a combat with just one big thing to fight, plus an owlbear cub. But now we're going to see how things go when we have lots of kind of intermediary things. So first of all,
will be done.
We'll all get sneaking. Lae'zel, I would like to equip that spear that does more damage to certain creatures that sport multiple sets of eyes. Because there's cobwebs here. Cobwebs mean spiders, and spiders mean multiple eyes, typically. So, we'll separate Astarion from the pack. And before he goes any further, with Shadowheart, she has her particular ability, which is, if I can find it here, Pass Without Trace. There it is, Blessing of the Trickster. Action grants another creature advantage on stealth checks. So we can give that to Astarion. Now, Shadowheart casts an action, whether it's a spell or anything else, so she is no longer hiding.
None shall see me.
So we'll get her sneaking again. And now Astarion has advantage on his stealth checks. Those cobwebs don't seem to be doing anything. I don't recall seeing these glowing egg clusters previously. But to be rid of them makes me happy. So we can see over there a vision cone of some kind of creature. And just there is something spooky. So we're going to press forward with Astarion slowly, and then see about having the rest of the party come up behind him.
Cloak and dagger, my favorite.
Hello, you.
Hello, you. So as long as we have a sneak attack, we have advantage on our first attack, provided we don't have disadvantage for some reason, such as being obscured by shadows.
The element of surprise.
Now, these spiders are fairly strong with 24 HP apiece. And there's several creatures all around this space, so
Need to keep focused.
we don't want the rest of the party being too far behind, because if we all get into initiative, it may well take extra turns for them to move forward and catch up.
I'm just waiting.
But we do want to try and get a good sneak attack with Astarion to kick things off.
Stepping softly.
Right. So, these creatures now have the surprised condition.
Need to concentrate.
So, whilst they're currently stalled in initiative, the rest of the party can move in. And then we can take a round of actions utilizing the surprise. So long as we don't enter the vision cones. So I think we're going to twin cast Chromatic Orb. We'll do that at first level for now. We will hit these two creatures. 10 and 14 damage is pretty good going.
Darkness guide me.
Now for Shadowheart, let's climb up this ledge. Get ourselves a good perspective. Lozelle has come along as well. And I think our spellcasting is a little excessive right now, so we can either go with cantrips or our bow and arrow. I think our bow and arrow will be adequate. So that is Shadowheart in the initiative, and then Lozelle. We're going to want to be down there soon, but it's going to be hard to get her down there without getting into initiative first. So we'll start with ranged attacks for now. That's everyone in the initiative, so we're back to Astarion, who kicked things off. Now, we know that up here, they did not have a vision cone up here, so we can now hide. And we can now sneak attack again. This guy has 3 HP, but they are also not going to be taking a turn immediately because they are surprised. They are also infested. Crawling with tiny spiders, they take 1d4 piercing damage and 1d4 piercing damage each turn. When hit with a melee attack or upon death, the infestation spreads and can be removed with fire or acid. Doesn't deal damage to etacaps or spiders. But for where we are right now, I think hitting this spider is a better priority. And that one is dead. We have another bonus action, so we can hide again. This one is surprised, that one is surprised, then there's another face spider around the corner. Now, Lozelle is no longer hidden from anybody. So, why don't we jump down here? Because we can probably kill this thing with a ranged attack, so we'll do that and let the other enemies come to us. Right, Astarion with another turn. Where are these other foes? There is a spider over there. I'm not sure we'll be able to get line of sight, but we will try. We are currently hiding. We cannot get to see that creature. And we can't really move much further forward, but we'll try at that angle as well. And unfortunately there's no part... Oh, is there a part of the 3D model we can get the shot? No, it seems that that little sack in the way is just about perfectly blocking our shot, which is a shame. There is another etacap around here somewhere. But if we can't see it, it's all the way up there, so we're not going to get a shot on that either. Now, what we can't do currently in Baldur's Gate is the readied action, because what I'd love to do is when this spider moves forward, then attack it. But we cannot currently do that, so we'll have to hold off. And as such, I'm going to cunning action dash and actually move Astarion back up this ledge. And Shadowheart 2, we're going to retreat slightly. We're going to move into this kind of triangle formation just so that we're not all stood too close to one another. And we can hide as well. Now the Ettercap finally takes a turn. And it has enwebbed Gothic. So we are now in difficult terrain, but the enwebbed condition has ended at the start of our turn. So where is that guy? Up here. So to attack it, it's going to be -2 to us because it is on a higher plane than us right now in vertical space. And to move over there would be 80 feet of movement, which we certainly do not have. So we're going to start pushing up with our allies here. And we will also hide and wait for them to come to us. They have attempted to attack Lae'zel. Now, if we can get to here without being stuck in the webbing, we can. We can now attack with our spear. So I'm hoping this will do extra damage. So that was 7. So 1d6 plus 3 strength. So that did not do any extra damage, which makes me slightly sad. But that's going to be all for now. Astarion is still hiding, so we can get a sneak attack here. A lot of damage there, and we can hide again.
Time for a new.
And then Shadowheart, with this thing having 2 HP left, a simple shot. We miss. It's a rare treat. The Ettercap climbing down. And again going after Gothic, who is again stuck in the webs, but then now able to move. So we can see that guy down there and this one up here. I think just a standard attack is going to be fine. When they have 2 HP, we don't need to twin cast against the other creature, and this spider is going next in the order, so we'd much rather see that killed first. Now we have the other trio. Lae'zel is currently missing 12 hit points, so I'm going to use her second wind bonus action, recover 1d10 plus 3 hit points. So that is a fighter ability that lets her bolster her health during combat. Fortunately, we can't seem to get down there for a shot. We could jump, but we don't have the movement for it because we're in the rough terrain. So we will come over to this staircase and wait to see if it approaches us. Astarion, though, may well be able to get another sneak attack from up here. Cannot have disadvantage, so it's going to be a standard shot. And we managed to miss, but we can hide again. We will pass with Shadowheart, let this thing come towards us again. It's dashing, which is a good sign. It means it's spending its action to move rather than to take an offensive action. It's running up, but then hopefully across the bridge. Yes. So it's currently on a spider web. So we might be able, if we move forward slightly.
No traps, please.
We are enwebbed, that's not a problem. We can't shoot over this rock to the web above, across, which is a shame. So it'll have to be just a standard fireball. Firebolt, fireball, something else is very specific. And Lae'zel not going to have the movement to get across all that web in rough terrain.
Hungry for the slaughter.
Need to move in a bit more if we are to sneak attack. We remain hiding, which is lovely. A good amount of damage there, and we can hide again. Then Shadowheart just needs to do 11 more damage. I think to spare it coming over to us and attacking us, possibly risking the infested condition, now would be a better time for a guiding bolt. And we miss. Ouch. So, Gothic has been hit with a critical hit. That means we took twice as much damage on that attack, and it was multi-attack, so they do 1d8 plus 2 piercing, 1d8 poison, 2d4 plus 2 slashing. So you can see that on this critical, we took twice as many die in damage, which is a bad time. And then they hit us again after they knocked us down, which means 2 of our death saving throws have now been filled in. So when we go down, we are not yet dead, but we are in kind of a semi-unconscious state. So there's nothing we can do apart from roll a dice to see if we begin to recover and stabilize or if we die. Now, fortunately, we are able to help our friends out of this situation.
What's the plan?
So, Shadowheart, if you could cast the spell Healing Word at first level, that will give 1d4 plus 3 hit points to Gothic.
Take your...
So now Gothic is back up and ready again. Now, Astarion, if you could please shoot this thing once more. It still has 2 hit points. Lae'zel, if you could help out. That is a miss. Now, Shadowheart's spell was a bonus action, so we still have a full action remaining. Let's get a little bit closer, see if we can prevent ourselves from having the issue of shadows obscuring our target. We cannot. We're not going to get close enough by the looks of things. But instead of rolling with a bad attack roll, we can force them to induce a saving throw. And they take the 2 damage we need them to. And Gothic is infested for 4 turns. Let's go to turn-based mode very quickly, please. And have him consume a potion. Was not a very good potion. This is 1d4 piercing each turn. In that case, we shall take... Oh, we're in turn-based, so we cannot consume as many potions as we would like. But now, out of turn-based, we can take some extra potions, heal ourselves a bit. Or not. Right. Somebody please help him.
Wits and blades.
So we can use the help action. Get Gothic up again. He's no longer infested. Can we please all get out of these webs?
Someone there?
I tire of the consistent dexterity checks to see if we can remain uninwebbed here.
Let's move.
We're currently stuck in the webs. Now we are freed of them. So Gothic is not doing great, but
No one back home will ever believe this.
we do have a greater healing potion for 4d4 plus 4 healing. And that is 17 health, back to tip-top shape. So with that done, there's lots of other places to explore in this cave. But instead, we are going to focus
I've seen everything.
on just going after the big bad in this area.
Have to keep going.
So out here you can see this large expanse. There's several web bridges. There's a strange purple glowy thing down there you might be interested to investigate that in your own time as well. But we're going to see
Just out of view. What a day.
what we can do here.
Work to do. Oh, action, not reaction.
I was trying to concentrate. Stay low.
Amongst a much larger number of threats. Now, there's a very good chance this could just result in a TPK, which is fine because you can save the game and go again and again. And there we have the Phase Spider Matriarch. Level 4, 125 HP. Which, as you can imagine, is quite threatening. But if we go to turn-based mode here, we can see that it is stood on this spider web. And if video game logic has taught you anything, why are you still moving if I'm in turn-based? Excuse me. Well, that's very rude. But if video game logic has taught us anything,
Stay crouched forever.
it's that cobwebs can often be burnt. So we're going to wait for this matriarch to walk onto one of these cobwebs. Eventually. And when they do,
Hope your soul.
so they fall and take 32 damage. Then Astarion, if you could... See, this is what I don't like. The creature has now healed itself for 32 points because we didn't act fast enough to stop it from recovering all of its health just because we weren't here to get into initiative at the exact moment. Which seems like a bad choice to me. So what other options do we have? Well, we could shoot a fire arrow. We could throw a grease bottle. And then, after we throw that grease bottle, we can shoot a fire arrow at the grease. So that will do some extra damage. Not as much as the fall, unfortunately. But at least they are now stuck in turn-based.
No, never mind.
Can Shatter go down that far? It can. Alright, so we've finally gotten into initiative proper. And the face spiders have started teleporting around us. Which is slightly terrifying. We are now all in initiative. And so, who is up? Astarion is up. Now, we also have Alchemist's Fire here. If we throw that right here where this web surface is, for some reason, the face spider is on fire, but the webbing, not so much. But we can step over here, and with our 2 bonus actions, we can offhand strike. And that spider is finished. Then Gothic is also in the initiative. There's another face spider back there, and there's the matriarch down below. So when we have 2 things that we would like to target at the same time, we can meta magic, and we can 2nd level thunder here and here. And we miss both, which is just really good going. So they have now gone over to a bunch of eggs and encouraged those eggs to hatch and all get into the initiative, which is only slightly terrifying. Shadowheart, if you could please guiding bolt at 2nd level, even in this level of darkness. We should have dark vision, shouldn't we? As a half-elf. dark vision. You can see in the dark within 40 feet. So, this target is obscured by shadows, upsets me. So instead we will attack with 4 Decren Natocket. No, we can't. That is too far. Well, it's all going badly right now, isn't it? Anything in our inventory? Potion of Speed. If we drink that, we get another 30 feet of movement and an extra action. So we can step over here, cast Inflict Wounds at 2nd level. We can miss, but we can try again. That's 20 damage, that's something. Now all the little babies start teleporting. Right, I would love for this guy to just be dead. Super. Then more of the babies. Now, we could focus on these guys. Oh, this is Astarian's turn, not Gothic's turn, although we are in this shared initiative. But right now, we don't have any 2nd level spell slots left, which is a shame, because I was hoping to shatter all of the babies. What else could we do? Not a large amount. We can take our own Potion of Speed. Then we can take Potion of Heal Giant Strength on another turn, perhaps. But for right now, we need to do 6 damage to these guys. Poison Spray probably isn't going to work, because they are quite poisonous in themselves. So let's just stab this guy. And then stab it again. And step on in a little bit. Astarian can attack this one. And also step on in away from the edge. Astarian has an extra bonus action. Why not heal ourselves ever so slightly? Then the Matriarch is up. Right. The Matriarch is on a web. Lots of the babies going. Lae'zel has reposed against one. Now, Shadowheart. Obviously, the big spider is very much a problem. We do have more Alchemist's Fire. But we cannot throw it because it's not in our inventory. But we can do this. And then throw it. So I want to throw it onto the web, not on the Matriarch. Why doesn't Alchemist's Fire burn webbing? This just isn't right. Right, well then, let's get Astarian back up. And attack the Matriarch while we have the chance. Although 30% probably wasn't a shot worth taking. Now, Lae'zel has her menacing attacks and her disarming attacks. So let's try a menacing attack. 20% chance to hit is not very good. So in that case, we'll go after these little beasties. And give me an action surge. We'll get 2 actions this turn. We can go after this other little beastie. Astarian gets 2 bonus actions. He can consume another potion. And then Gothic is up. Now previously we used Firebolt to burn the webs, so let's see if that will work this time. There we go. So they take 45 HP fall damage, which is much nicer, and we still have a full action. If we step up to the edge here, can we still cast spells? We certainly can. And of course, we miss. And we will take a bonus action potion as well. Now, the matriarch is currently the only foe. They are dashing onto another bridge. And it's the whole party up again. So, when you've seen something work, don't be afraid to repeat yourself. So we're going to firebolt the webbing, but we have 2 actions, and the matriarch is currently nearer to us than they will be in a moment. So if we run over to here, we can try a thunder wave. Release a wave of thunderous force. It deals 2d8 thunder damage and pushes away creatures and objects. Now, the red line, I think, indicates that we cannot do this. How about from here? There you go. Now you can see the line is blue instead of red. So we managed to push the spider off the cliff. Now, we might lose out on some loot, but even when the stacks are against us, things are stacked against us, we are able to come out on top. Now, the potions of speed we took cause us to miss 1 turn when we become lethargic after those 3 turns, which you just saw happen. But otherwise, we have successfully killed the matriarch, and now there is some looting to be done around here. But for now, that's going to be all, and that's going to be all for Baldur's Gate 3 Overexplained. If you have come to this series and you still have questions that have not been answered, by all means put them under the comments of any of the videos in the series, and I will always try and come back and keep on top of the questions. Otherwise, thank you ever so much for watching. More Baldur's Gate 3 will come soon, but for now, that is all on the Overexplained side of things. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.